Hello and welcome to my own worst enemy. I've got a kind of special unboxing, at least it's special to me. Yeah, you're looking at it. This is World in Flames. This is the Deluxe Collector's Edition. Yeah. So I've been eyeing this game for I don't know how many years, and it's just the price has put me off, and I decided, you know what? Hell with it. I'm just gonna buy it. I mean, it's probably the cost of 2 or 3 normal war games, 2 normally priced war games, maybe 4, I don't know, but I thought, "Why not?" And it's here. I have not opened I took the, plastic off. I have not opened it yet, but, we're gonna do that together right now. I mean, it this this is a huge box, and I'm gonna bring out the tape measure to show you it is about 13 and 3/4 by 12 and a half. That's not impressive on its own, but if I flip this thing and it weighs a ton, if I flip this thing on its side and we measure it again, you will see that it is just over 5 inches of goodness. So, this, without a doubt, this is the largest war game I own now. But this is World in Flames. I've been playing Blitz, a World in Conflict, if you've been watching that, and it's supposed to be a light version of this. And my goodness, I mean, that game, compared to this, I can tell you right now, it's a light version. So, what do I get in World in Flames Collector's Edition Deluxe, other than a big dent in the bank account? I get 4 large, full color, hard mounted maps of the world, a little smaller map of the Americas, hand mounted turn record chart, task force display, and then here's the kicker, 4,800 full color counters. So not only am I going to break my wrist clipping these things, I'm going to also probably destroy 2 or 3 Oregon laminations clippers. And of course, you get the rule book and dice. You get two D10s, like I need those. This does include, so this is the collector's. Oh god, like I said, this thing weighs a ton. it's, it's a metric ton. So it includes planes in flames and ships in flames, division in flames, and territories in flames. It is billed as a complete hobby in a box, and I don't know about that because this isn't going to be my end all hobby right here. I'm going to keep buying games, but I can see we could probably spend a lifetime with just this one game if you were so inclined. So let's look inside. I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't like long unboxing videos. I like to keep them short. Oh my goodness. So there's the top off. And we have a nice foam protector in there. Look at that. Came all the way from Australia. I'm sure it had to be safe. And here's the rule book. And that alone is a pretty chunky rule book. Let's see if we can get this plastic off and take a quick look inside. Probably should have had a pair of scissors to assist in this, but it's coming off. So it's not just one rule book. What are we gonna do here? There's so much stuff here I can't even get it all onto the board. So we will start with this is the actual rule book, and it is a thick document. It's the glossy paper with the this is the type of rule book I like to see. It's commonplace nowadays. It's good color, good easy text to read. It's glossy. I like that. I like the glossy paper. Yep, there's the rule book. And actually, how many pages was this? 79. So it's about 90 pages, which for a game this size, I guess that's really not too bad, all things considered. Continuing to dive into this, just the rule book looks like probably a player's aid card, weather chart, the It's War chart, and combat charts, naval combat. Like you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And I'm thinking, so like I said, I've been playing Blitz, a World in Conflict, which is the lightning version of this game, if you will. That also has 5 players. and I saw an It's War chart in here. There's also an It's War chart in there, so I'm assuming that Blitz doesn't stray far from its home and rules and such. Campaigns or campaign and player's guide. So it looks like this is going to include just that, all the main campaign and probably some shorter scenarios. I'm assuming there's a Pacific scenario in here or two, which I will probably play through first, since I'm definitely a Pacific junkie. And we'll start off these smaller games to learn the rules. Okay, so here's we're getting into the 4,800 counters here. So this says this is the World in Flames Classic counter set. So this would be for the base game. And if I understand, let me crack into one of these as I'm talking. As I understand, Ships in Flames, and I think even Planes in Flames, probably Ships in Flames more though. What those will do is take these existing counters where you would have, say, for ships, there's even a chart on the back of this counter set. That's kind of cool. Nothing goes to waste here, apparently. So, but anyway, so like, let's see. So if we grab, well, this would work. If you look at what I think that like Ships in Flames and Planes in Flames would work, some of these counter sheets will contain fleets of ships. So you'll have a counter that will represent several ships. Ships in Flames, you get one counter per ship. So it would be, you would have a huge stack in a fleet, not just one counter representing a fleet. These are half-inch counters. They are nice looking counters. Good color, good clarity. There's just no end to them. I'm not going to sit here and go through all these. We won't do that. Here, this is, looks like this is the expansion set, or sets in this case. So as you can see there, you get ships. There's my pointer thing. That's more fun. You get Ships in Flames. That adds 1,800 counters alone. Divisions in Flames, that's another 400 counters. Planes in Flames adds 600 more. Territories is going to add 400 more. So, and yeah, it's going to be counter sheets for all of those things. I wasn't going to open this, but I kind of do want to see. I do want to see those ships, at least an example of those ships. And I'm not sure what this is. Like hard mounted task force board, task force display. So that's going to be interesting. I've got a game table that's pretty good size, but I'm not sure that's going to hold all this. If I ever set this game up, the entire game on the table, that's going to be real interesting to see. And again, you get on the back of this card, I'm telling you what you get another land combat results table to go along with it. That's nice. And then that's over an inch of counters there. So let's just kind of take a look in here. I want to see if I can find the oh my goodness. I mean, it's just my hand is hurting just looking at these counters that have to be clipped. I am not, there's some ships there. I don't know how long it's going to take me to clip these things. But you can see that, yeah, the ships are individually named. It's madness. It is a hobby in a box, I think. The hobby could be just clipping those things. Like I said, that is crazy. What is this? Counter sheet 55. I don't know what this might be. Counter sheet 55. 55 includes 100 full counter. Don't know. Guess we'll find out. More counters. Okay, and so this is, and you see the counters are shedding all over my tabletop here, but that's okay. This is Ziploc bags that I guess I'm supposed to sort all of those counters into, and normally with a regular size game, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'd probably sort those counters into these baggies, but this is calling, it's screaming out for some kind of organization system, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if it's going to be a couple of plastic Plano counter holder fishing boxes for me or not. Well, I got to figure out a storage solution to this. Hopefully, someone over at Board Game Geek has already come up with a storage solution for it. If not, I'll have to be creative, but I can do that. So there is just that is a, I've never seen so many Ziploc bags included with a game. That's a lot. And continuing the dive, we have another one of those nice foam protectors, which, as you can tell, frees up a lot of space. So now we get down to the map set, and this is the bulk of what this thing weighs. But let's pause for a moment. I won't quite dig into that. Let's just finish out what we have here quickly. Ships in Flames. So some information to go along with Ships in Flames. Another reference chart. Divisions in Flames, Territories in Flames, and of course, Planes in Flames, with some additional charts to go along with that. And then lastly, you get, oh, that's interesting. It's 2d10s, but these d10s are multicolored. So you have kind of a reddish, purplish one and kind of a bluish, greenish one. I've never received a game that has these kind of multicolored tinted dice, but that's really cool. It's not, I've been complaining, if you've been watching previous unboxing videos, I've been getting the blue and the grays. This is different, so this is good. Not blue and gray again. And so now we get to the map set. I'm going to try to open this without destroying anything inside. I don't think I could destroy anything. Hard mounted, that's why it weighs so much. So let's just gently tear this paper off and get that out of the way. And so I'm going to get this box bottom out of the way, get everything back up on the camera here. Again, we get a map set. Of course, we're going to have a chart on the back of that. Nice terrain effects chart, which you would expect with a map set. So that's cool. And this is the production chart for the game. It is a production circle. Now, I'm not, Blitz doesn't have a production circle. You basically just buy from groups as you kind of progress along. You purchase from higher numbered groups, but this is a production circle. Don't know how it works. It looks interesting. And this is just the turn record chart with that production circle. Excuse me. And then we get into the maps. So the first map is a map of the Americas. It's not huge. It certainly gets the job done for this game and more. Now, I think there is another expansion to this game that would give you a full-sized map of the Americas. It's kind of I think it's a what-if scenario in there. I don't think I need that. I think this is going to be enough for me. This is actually larger than I thought it would be, but it is nice to get this. So there's the map of the Americas. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Let's see. Well, let's leave this right in the center. It's probably going to support whatever's down here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a full map on the table. Sit this down for a second. Get this out of the way. And it'll be at an angle because it's not going to fit. Yeah, I can't get the whole thing on camera. It's so big. And like I said, if I ever play this on the table, it's going to be interesting to set up. So I'm going to flip it so that we can see it upright. And you see the United Kingdom there. So that's probably going to be good enough to get an example of what the overall map looks like. I know that they have updated the mountain terrain from the original mountains. People said looked like brains, and they did to me too. This is much nicer. So I like the map. Looks good to me. It's certainly bigger than I thought. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I didn't. most of the World War II games I have, you'll have something like Blitz is a good example where you have like two areas represent the United Kingdom. But here it's many, many hexes. So this is the map of Europe. Let's see if I can fold this back and just get it out of the way. For now, the next map, map number 2 is, I don't know what this is. Until we open it and find out. It looks like the Pacific. Oh, no, it is. It says the Pacific right there. And this is, like I said, probably the one I'll play first. A lot of empty land there. There's Japan. Hawaiian Islands are over here. You can't see it, but Australia is down at the bottom of the map, along with some American Samoa and some other islands in New Zealand. It's all there. It's all there. I mean, with maps this size, how could it not all be? 2 other maps. Lithuania. So we're probably looking at, I just want to see what they're calling it. It looks like Russia and middle of Europe, Eastern Europe, yeah, so Eastern Europe. And then we have Asia. So I guess that's, yeah, Asia, the Asian map. So there you go. Am I crazy for buying this? Probably. Will I ever get to play it? I don't know. This is certainly one of those probably post-retirement games for me. You won't be seeing this anytime soon on my own worst enemy, unless it turns out that one of these smaller scenarios, like the one of the Pacific scenarios, is I don't know, shorter, quicker to learn. Maybe there's a learning scenario in here. I don't know, but there you go. I just wanted to open this with you on camera and take a look at it. I'm just amazed by the size and scope of this game. It looks like it would be a tremendous amount of fun if you could get if you could get this set up in a room somewhere, and you get 5, or it says up to 6 players. We get 4 or 5 players anyway, and just spend a weekend, or I say a weekend. I don't know. Does it say how long it would take to play the campaign? 10 to 120 hours. So just to set this thing up and spend several days playing it with some friends would be just crazy. Imagine that would just be unreal, a blast. Of course, solitaire suitability high, which is probably how I will play this if I can set it up and if I can find a place to set this thing up and leave it set up. See, that's the key. This table that you're looking at here is I can leave games, a standard size game set up on this table, no worry. But something this size, all put together, I first don't know where I would put it, and second, I don't know how I would keep it set up and out of the way. So as a purchaser of World in Flames, one of these versions, and this is the Deluxe Collector's Edition. There's the basic version as well as you could get, which is probably about half the price of this. But like I said, I knew I was gonna want these expansions, and it's shipping cost. Why divvy up the shipping cost into 3 or 4 different shipments, or just bite the bullet and get it all at once? So I decided to get it all at once. But when you buy a copy of World in Flames, you do get the Vassal module for free. And that's another possibility. Now, the Vassal module itself is impressive. And it actually comes with its own PDF of instructions on how to use the thing. And I opened it up and took a look at it, and it's a remarkable piece of work itself. So whether I play this in Vassal or not, that's something else that we'll have to see. I don't know. I certainly want to get at least a scenario of this up on the table because it's so impressive to me. There you go. This is now the largest war game that I own. The only game that I own that might be bigger than this physically box-wise is Gloomhaven. That box, I believe, is about probably an inch or 2 thicker than this one. Actually, I think this one's heavier. I think Gloomhaven isn't as heavy as this. I could be wrong about that, but if I remember correctly, it didn't feel as heavy as this did when I just picked it up. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Normally I would end this by saying, look for this to get to the table soon, but I'm not going to say that with World in Flames. I don't know when I'm going to get this monster to the table or in what form. If I do, I will try to video some sessions of it so that you can see what the gameplay is like. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.